So lastly, optimizing your profit. So as I mentioned, Q3 and Q4 may slow, not to the point where you're going backwards, but your sales increases might be smaller than they have been. It's been a pretty good year for people. So Q3 and Q4 may slow, and your sales increases might be smaller if you've been up. And if you haven't been up, it might get a little bit worse. So just be prepared for the economy. If it slows down, you're going to want to make sure that you can optimize your profit. Every dollar that comes through there, don't take it for granted. Turn it into profit. Make sure that every additional dollar you're getting 50 cents to that bottom line or better. Sell, sell, sell to cure a multitude of ills. So if your sales are high enough, you'll fix nearly every problem. So remember those different ways of building sales to attract new guests, increase the frequency of regulars, increase the check average, increase the party size. Private events are huge. I hope that the economy does slow down, that we still have a strong catering season. A lot of our clients are very well sold out through the holidays already. So make sure that you're doing lots of parties and special events and selling out, caterings and those kind of things. And then increase it to go as well. Don't forget about that third-party sale. If you've got a POS that allows them to order online, your fees are going to be much better, and encourage people, get that ingrained into your website for them to order directly from you, and then they can be farmed out by the POS system after that point, but much better rates. But don't be afraid to go, and if it's really disrupting your business, figure out why. Don't just turn off your tablet. That's like having a whole bunch of people at your front door and saying, sorry, I can't take your money. People want to spend money, take it. So figure out how to increase those to-go sales as well. And then increase your marketing spend. It's time to get visible again. So we've kind of worked out the kinks coming out of the pandemic. So increase your marketing spend. And for those that don't spend anything, other people will. And they'll be seeing and you won't. And I'm not talking about just, running an ad on a billboard. I'm talking about using all the different, social media platforms. And a lot of times there's people that are better than us at putting that out. So you have to spend a little bit of money to have them help you. So don't be afraid to spend your marketing money because you need to be seen. Manage your margins and not your percentages. So keep in touch with your margins. Remember back to the steak thing. Don't try to keep all of your margins in line. If you have inflation, just make sure you're making more money off it. And at a minimum, covering your cost increases. But you should make a little bit more money. And don't lose those price increases either. They get sucked up very quickly. You saw that at the average at 7.7% menu price increase, that only covered your COGS. It didn't cover anything else. So you want to make sure that is that you don't lose those price increases when you raise them, that you look at it and say, okay, this is what should happen to the rest of my P&L. I understand what's going to happen to my COGS. I understand what's going to happen to my labor, but the rest of the P&L should, as a percentage, go down a little bit if you raise prices, provided they're not variable expenses like credit card fees and some percentage rent, so on and so forth. So make more money, even though the percentages may suffer, and that it's all about prime margin and prime cost. Use one number for prime cost, one number. So if you make handmade pasta, make sure that the labor component works well for the product cost, because the product cost can be inexpensive, but if it costs you a fortune on the labor side, or you have to bring special people in to do it, might not be worth it. So just make sure you manage your prime cost as one number, and that'll give you a great prime margin. And the last piece on there is only focus on sales per labor hour. The front of the house, total sales, the back of the house, total food sales, and then set a goal to increase them 10% from wherever you're at, and that'll help drive more profit. It's an easy thing to do. Let's say that you're doing sales per labor hour of $100, and you say, I want to move it to 110. So you do that through efficiency, you do that through proper scheduling, phasing, and you do that through driving sales. So it's a simple and easy way to drive profitability and have one metric that everybody can understand.